mission. Love now, ideas deliverable. No cowboys in the mud. Love now, for half only access recovery team. Love now, having sense of real. But they will make mistake. Love now, somebody help me a lot talking. Let me not see it get talking. But I mean come me talking. So you can get me for talking it. And I be out, we know that. Or you making it hard up. I told the people say he was sleep. All in I believe he was sleep. See you right now you sleepy. See my people regretting. But why you didn't you regret? I will say that you ain't here, you can't get me. Love now, the rescue mission. Anything to excuse mission. Love now, ideas deliverable. No cowboys in the mud. Love now, for half only access recovery team. Love now, having sense of real. But they will make mistake. Love now.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com. I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Our people say the thing I can get you will stop on your toes. When the season will be good, that on the eve, will know. Kakobima, Kakoma Kutabu. I thought I would rescue, but I can't attend to excuse. Love now, the rescue mission. Anything to excuse mission. Love now, ideas deliverable. No cowboys in the mud. Love now, for half only access recovery team. Love now, having sense of real. But they will make mistake. Love now, for the conjure de la wala. Let me not be the body or you cut out. I said it here, you're not believe it. But now nothing you're seeing it. If you want to grow, let me not get out don't follow. Kuchuku, kuchuku, kuchuku. Achalelelele oh, si olelelele oh, achalelelele oh. Love now, the rescue mission. Anything to excuse mission. Love now, ideas deliverable. No cowboys in the mud. Love now, for half only access recovery team. Love now, having sense of real. But they will make mistake. Love now, somebody help me a lot talking. Let me not see it get talking. But I mean come me talking. So you can get me for talking it. And I be out, we know that. Or you making it hard up. I told the people say he was sleep. All in I believe he was sleep. See you right now you sleepy. See my people regretting. But why you didn't you regret? I will say that you ain't here, you can't get me. Love now, the rescue mission. Anything to excuse mission. Love now, ideas deliverable. No cowboys in the mud. Love now, for half only access recovery team. Love now, having sense of real. But they will make mistake. Love now.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Doc Sarpoda Esoteric, Patrick Bolu, Charismatic Norris, Sarah Ellis. We got Christian Tababo on the platform today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be another wonderful show coming your way here. Coming to you from the Studio A here in let me see. I think I set a different link here. Let's see. I got two links running. All right. Patrick, let's see. I think I got two screens open here. So let's see. The one you are coming on apparently is the wrong link that I sent you guys. So let me send another one to you to join this show from this one. Apparently this is the wrong one that you are on here. Let's see. Close that. And I will send the original link, Patrick. Sorry, I think I had two screens open. So let me send that email address or the link to you guys again one more time. You know, it's hard to be the producer and everything else. It's a lot going on here. Let's see, Patrick, and let me get you some entertainment while I do that. Give me a second here, guys. It was a glitch on my side here. Let me try something. All right, so good.
Instrumental OJ. Original David, what's all good? Hey, Petra Jala, what's all good?
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Our people say the thing I can get you will stop on your toes. When the season will be good, up on the eve.
Yeah, when the season is going to be good, you can know from the eve. The season, with respect to the rescue mission, is the season good? The beginning of the rescue mission, it is a giving our people a signal that indeed the people are going to be rescued. This evening, this afternoon, depending on where you are, you're joining the show from. It's another debating the issues. Voice of SINOE with the panelists. Sarah Ellis is backstage right now. Sooner rather later will be on your screen to start the discussion of the issues that are trending across the globe in Liberia.
Rescue mission, anything to excuse mission. No car will in the mud. Only access recovery team. Heaven sensory, my baby made mistake. Wale konjo de la wala, le mene bini podi o ikikata. Asiale tiya yana believe, onana tiya zine o. They want to grow, le mene ke o don't follow. Kujuku. Ajale le o, si o le o. Ajale le o. The rescue mission, anything to excuse mission. Right there's deliverable, no car will in the mud. For half only access recovery team. Heaven sensory, my baby made mistake. Somebody help me, I talking. Let me see it get talking. But I mean, come me talking. So you can get me for talking, and I be out, we know that. Or you making it hard up. I told the people say he was sleep. All in I believe he was sleep. See you right now, you sleepy. See my people regretting. But why you didn't you grudge? I will say that you ain't here, you can't get me. The rescue mission, anything to excuse mission. Right there's deliverable, no car will in the mud. For half only access recovery team. Heaven sensory, my baby made mistake.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Derek Captain.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another brand new edition of Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora. With Doc Sarpo, the Esoteric, Sarah Ellis, Patrick Bolu, Christian Tababo Sagicious, and Carlos Martin Norris. We are coming to you again with brand new edition of the show. Please, as you join us, we beg your indulgence to share the show for us. And also go to our YouTube page, Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora, subscribe, and hit that notification button so every time we come alive, you will be notified. All right, today we have juicy agenda for you, and we have people with different views here. The last show, it wasn't easy. I was sandwiched by the Republicans on this platform. I told Sarah in my corner, but Sarah said, no, I'm with Donald Trump. And my man Patrick Bolu came. Patrick said, I'm also with everybody just getting sandwiched, man. So let's see today what I'm going to get somebody on my side. And even though we're not talking U.S. politics today, but there are other issues on the agenda that we might agree and disagree, which is fine. That's what is good. If you study the Elencos, the philosophy of that Socrates, the Socratic method, they have two sides to that process. You have the synthesis and the antithesis and all the different things, which will be dialectics. So let's get the show on the way. We are about 14 minutes into the show here, so we want to get the show started. The other guys want to join us. 2 persons are backstage right now, and so let me welcome all of you here to the show. Let me get mine. Welcome. Stuff here for you. All right, guys. So welcome to Voice of SINOE Esoteric, coming to you from these United States of America. Patrick Bolu is a veteran journalist. So all the training topics out there, the people that are making news, he's doing everything to bring everybody on here. So we might have impromptu guests, the new city mayor of Greenville, and maybe the WASSCE boss man might be on the phone with us as well to get certain things in context for us. But before we go further into our platform today, I'd like to welcome my co-host Sarah on the show. Hey, Sarah.
Yes, Doug. Thank you for this show.
All right. So let me bring Patrick on as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinguished honor to bring our veteran journalist, the only man that interviewed George Weah, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and all the people, the man, a small man. Patrick, welcome aboard. Are you hearing me? You are a little bit off camera.
The man is the bigger bee.
Okay, let me see. All right.
Yeah, you can come
Okay.
this way.
Okay.
There you go. You're good.
Yeah.
How you doing, Buzz? Welcome back to the platform.
Thank you.
All right. Sarah, what's up? How Greenville? Patrick, I know Patrick is in Morovia, so but how's Greenville? It's SINOE, Voice of SINOE. So let's get some little update from SINOE County. What's going on?
Yeah, so Greenville is doing well, and the people of SINOE are also doing great. Just that we're having a rainy day. Yes.
Okay. It's raining out there. But what is making the news?
For SINOE County, we have like, let me just put it like political supremacy. One of the training issue has to do with supporter of Senator Teahjay were later, appointed to other position from the disaster management team. We noticed that supporter of Honorable Senator Duncan were also appointed to sell position, which talk about the issues of degrees and other things. So other people are using the SINOE forum to express their dissatisfaction pertaining to what is going on, and other are also, backing the issue, saying that those jobs require degrees and other things. So young people of SINOE should also be encouraged to have degree. They should take the advantage to go to school instead of just sitting in county, without furthering their education. So that's the training issue right now in SINOE County.
Okay, so but with our new rescue leaders, headed by Peter Nyonswa, how is he doing so far? Any changes from Lee Language's administration?
No, not to my knowledge. The knowledge of the public, which is the citizen of SINOE County. When the honorable came to SINOE, he said he's not here to take job from people. So those who he met in the office maintain their position, but until other like you are not constant or you are not frequently in going to work, If you have your own time, your own will, you go to work at your own will and pleasure and other things. He will not take that from anyone. So people should be, punctual when it comes to the issues of going to work, because government is not going to pay people who feel reluctant in working with the government to make sure that everything goes smoothly. So those who he met in the office still continue with their office jobs. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay. Sarah will say the BP. I mean, what's going on in the capital city, Monrovia?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you give a little update. From the beginning of the show, what we normally do is to give update of some of the things that we are following. So, kind of keep bring us up to date of things that you're following.
Okay, so far, turning the nation's capital, CDC's eviction, uh, courts order, for CDC's eviction from its current party headquarters in Congo Town, and this presents a sad scenario of Liberia's political system, where ruling parties, after leaving power, will almost lose everything. So yeah, so like the Unity Party last year, the CDC is facing imminent evasion, and we learned that the court has ordered the police to assist in evading CDC from its current headquarters. Also, turning wild results. Well, some say it's good, some say it's bad. Well, we will hear point why boss itself briefly this afternoon. And then on the other hand, President Waters traveled to Canada and the US. In Canada, he'll be attending an investment forum. Also in the US, he'll be attending the UN 177 or 78 General Assembly. But what is trending now is the news or information that other stakeholders, including former President President and Weah, have been asked to also join the campaign to assist in Liberia's bid for a non-permanent seat at UN. So we got more going on in the country, but I will get to talk more about those things that are happening in the country.
All right. Thank you to you, Patrick and Sarah, for the update. Also, I'm out here about trying to follow what is going on the ground, and so, damn it, I hate to get those feedback. It's annoying. Anyway, but yeah, some of the things that I'm following here, I kind of navigate the various newspapers out there to see what is trending. And so one of the story that I saw was the Monserrato County representative, I think district number 8, the guy that replaced Akaris Gray, Prince, I think Toll or something like that. He proposed a death penalty for people that are importing drugs into the country. That's something that was a proposal that was made. You already talk about the WASSCE stuff, which we want to talk about shortly. I'm also following that Liberia government reinstate road user permit for Western Cluster. They suspended their license before, but now they reinstated Western Cluster again. Of course, the Minister of Finance designate Kafon was confirmed by the Liberian Senate. Japan, this one is interesting to me in a weird way. Japan donates US $3 million worth of rice to Liberia. I think a country which is 177 years should not be looking up to other countries for rice. That's too basic to even make the news. The senior advisor to President Joseph Boyka, Mr. Augustine Cannon, he was caught for double dipping because he's getting paid from the Ministry of Presidential Affairs, and at the same time he's on Habel College. He's on the board and getting paid and all the different things. So it's a lot training. Another update that I got, this another article that I read that UN said, or the World Bank said, poverty is reducing in Liberia from 63 to 59%. I don't know whether you guys will agree with that analysis. And then not to overflow you a lot of information, the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, his company, which is called Starlink, the company seeks operational license in Liberia, so to get internet service across the country. And the last one, the president of Senegal, the man suspended the entire parliament. Yes, the man dissolved a parliament basically, and it's within his constitutional power. And the reason he dissolved parliament is because, according to him, there are significant obstacles in advancing his reform agenda. You know, so for that he has to dissolve parliament to settle a snap election again pretty soon. Yes, the man used Article 87 of the Constitution, which gave him the right to dissolve parliament, which is I found that's very interesting. Patrick, what do you think of that concept, man? Senegal, the president can dissolve the whole parliament. You're on mute.
Yeah, I think that system, as they're saying, it's not really bad. I think it's good, but very dangerous. All right, good is good, but very dangerous. So in that, it's good in a way that the president will have a free right to execute his administrative agenda without blocking or hurdles. But dangerously, it easily makes the president a dictator. Yeah, because nobody will checkmate him. Nobody, will call him to order. He won't be questioned so easily. And so I think it's dangerous. It's dangerous for Africa. Yeah, it's dangerous for Africa.
Okay, all right, guys. Let's get into our topic here. Not to belabor the issues too much. Sarah, what are you watching? Patrick, you are in a newsroom. I saw all the different television screens on the wall. As a guy, we are in a newsroom. I saw the television hanging on the wall. could you?
So my man, look.
I try to pay attention to detail a little bit, so I try to look at my surroundings. Yeah, Patrick, I think you're a little close to the camera, so maybe you got to back up a little bit. And then you have to come on the left-hand side. You focus on the right. There you go. Now you're perfect. All right, good. Okay. All right, so before we bring the first talking point here is the breaking news. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE with ESOTERIC, Sarah, and Patrick. The others will join us shortly. So the first thing, Sarah, you submitted this talking point. So what I'm trying to do nowadays, instead of having monopoly over the conversation, I want each person to present a talking point. So the issue of Crayton Duncan and the former Senator Milton Teahjay, the power struggle that going on. I want you to frame it, put it in context for us so that we can know exactly what is going on. Maybe if Patrick wants to supplement that, he can also do that. So the floor is yours.
Can I suggest quickly?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So what I want to suggest is like, can we just try briefly to reach out to these people we contacted? Then right after we get them off our line, and then we can just proceed with the final discussion.
Okay, definitely make that call. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Let's do just that, and then we can start. So, Sarah, I like our new baby. The baby's okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay, good. Hopefully, baby, it's finishing all our milk. All right, guys, if you're joining us, we are trying to contact some of the sources, some of the guests that we want to talk to today on some of the issues to give us some clarity. So we want to see whether we can get the wired bus in Liberia and also the City Mayor of Greenville, Mr. Harrison Kai. To give an update, you were recently elected. Elected, I should say.
Please leave a message.
Yeah, so that person did not pick up. That part to call the next one. Let's see. Let me put Patrick backstage while he's making the calls, and once they pick up, we'll bring him back. All right. So what I want us to do here is to get your view as well, because I was asking Patrick about the Senegalese, their system of government where the president can dissolve the parliament. What do you make of that concept? Do we need it in Liberia? Because the lawmakers sometimes they operate on political grounds. My political party is not my nation. So once it is not for my party, I'm not doing it. But in Senegal, the president can dissolve using Article 87, and you dissolve the whole parliament. What do you make of that concept?
Yeah, so as for me, I against that, because Liberia is a democratic country where people were elected, and those people that were elected are people who the citizens that are residing in those various counties and districts believe in to represent. So you just coming up as president because the constitution gave you the power to dissolve the entire parliament is also I see it like a dictatorship, aspect, which is if even you want to sell the country or you want to bring party into the country, and then the lawmaker refuse, and they find out United States because you have that power, you're going to dissolve the entire or suspend the entire parliament and then do what pleases or satisfy you. So that is not good for us as Liberian. And I'm thankful that we don't have any, such in our constitution. Yeah, but that show has a dictator. Yeah, like dictator.
I don't think that dictatorship, because it is constitutional. And besides, he didn't say the constitution does not say, the president can dissolve and then take action. It says that the president can dissolve the parliament and then settle another election time for another team to be elected before he can operate.
Yeah, so it is also a waste of resources, because we all know that election has to do with money. So after the people are being elected and you coming out to suspend them only because they refuse to adhere to what you want to do, and the country is going into another money crisis that you are discussing. Election is very expensive. So for me, in our constitution, they need to work.
Yes, Patrick. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Patrick, who was that?
Are you ready now? Okay, all right.
Who is that, Patrick?
So why boss? You see, he wants to adjust from the public. Yeah. So so Sarah, go ahead.
All right, let me bring Crayton on here. Ladies and gentlemen, want to bring our contributor here. The message I should call him Honorable Tababo. I shouldn't call him Christian. I should call him Tababo. Hey, honorable man, how you doing, sir?
No, we have that as a topic, so let's keep that title yet until after you are satisfied today. Thank you.
Okay. Well, how you doing, man? And an opening statement and an opening remark that you want to give us, what is trending, what you are following right now. That's the culture.
You don't think I came late for that, or there's
no? You go ahead. Just be succinct.
Thank you. I would just love to thank the fact that we have a female on the show today, like yesterday, like the last show. And all we'll be looking at our hard faces, looking at dark face, those far only. Look at Patrick. I want to run away, and today I'm looking at Sarah. Sarah, welcome. Good to have you on.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, so thank you, Sarah. So that nothing much to say. I'm just happy to be back on our usual talk show, briefing our people in the diaspora, and also they briefing us back home as a platform is being witnessed by a lot of our followers also. And so it's better to interact. So I'm here again.
Okay, all right, excellent. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. So Patrick, while we are waiting for the wire man to join us, I want you to frame the issue of what Senator Duncan and the former Senator Milton Teahjay, what's going on, the power struggle that's going on at.
Zaka, I'm gonna put you on now.
Okay, let's see.
What happened to your Lone Star?
Yeah, I'll put Patrick backstage right now. Probably a little too close to the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can back up a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, I will do something. Am I good now?
Yeah, you good. You good. All right. Yeah, we're trying to see. Patrick, you got a guest on now?
Yeah.
Is he on?
Be carry on. Now. The phone is ringing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't want Sarah to.
Okay. All right, we got a guest now. Okay, so we got a mail. So, all right.
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Carr, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right, you are live on Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora.
In the diaspora?
Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora. We are coming to you live from the state of Maryland in the USA.
Thank you.
Okay, so our host of this show is Mr. Madison Freeman, but on Facebook he's known as Dak Sayapode Esoteric.
Okay.
And then you got Sarah Alice, ERBC correspondent, and of Voice of SINOE Radio on the platform as well.
Thank you.
You also have former Labor Commissioner, Child Welfare Officer of SINOE County, and former coordinator of the Constitutional Review Committee, Christian Kolo Tobabo.
Okay.
Perhaps will be joined later by Charismatic Norris Dabe and Sakashas Brownwood. But I'm your homo servant, GMK Bolu, veteran Liberian journalist.
Thank you.
All right, so you're most welcome. So the rest of the panelists are listening to you. So congratulations again on your appointment, on your nominations, appointment, and subsequent induction. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Gentlemen, is the audio okay? I'm
hearing him, yes.
Okay. So, America, you are now the mayor of Greenville. A city established in 1838. And it's about how many years now? Like say 197 years or 98 years. 198 years, 97, 98 years. So how is the city? In fact, how did you meet the city?
Well, firstly, let me say thanks to Voice of SINOE, and thanks to all those who are under my voice. In real life, Greenville City that you used to know is not the Greenville City we got now. Greenville City that you used to know from the 80s up to former development superintendent Barbara Time when she was city mayor. It's quite different from the one we got now. I inherited a city that is the entire streets in the city are all closed. The city hall, as I speak to you, I'm the hall and borrowing chair to sit down before I can do my office work. And so the city is in a very, very deplorable condition. very, very deplorable condition. So, Bolu, you remember I sent you the video of the city hall, and that's a real picture I sent to you there. And so the city, I met the city in a very deplorable condition.
Okay, so it's been about a week now since the induction. So after 1 week in office, what have you put down on paper? What have you penned? What are your initial plans? How do you get to mitigate some of these daunting challenges you have inherited? All the streets are closed, the city is dirty, it's empty, it's even vandalized, it's in degradation. All these things here. What are your initial plans and a vision?
Thank you, Mr. Bolu. Very first thing, the city must have council, which is a higher decision-making body. The city have community leadership. The city have business people who are supposed to work along with. And so first thing first I'm doing now is to make sure all of our partners, the community people, the business people, and other companies, calling them into meeting to have an acquaintance meeting with them. As they come to the meeting, I will tell them, see the city hall. And so I show that before I make 1 month, I will have some people that will understand the challenges of the city hall and they will make some contribution. And so I don't want to just jump the boat. I must first call stakeholder meetings, call people who are within the city limit, the companies, the business people, to first of all acquaint myself with them. Then we can now start business. So this is what I'll be doing until the month come to an end. While I'm still cleaning the city with few persons that I met on ground. Like before my induction, the city was in a heavy crash. But just call anybody you know here now, they will tell you that the city hall, if you drop legs or any small thing, you can see it because of the way I clean the city hall just within the 1 week a day. And so that's what I'm starting with. I don't want to jump the boat. I'm a whole meeting, consult people. So that's what I'm doing for now.
Okay, so let my colleagues come in with their question if they have any. ESOTERIC and the rest of the team members, the mayor is on the line.
Yeah, so let me shoot one question at the mayor. So, Mr. Kyle, welcome to the
Mayor, are you getting him?
Welcome to the show. Yeah, so
Yes, I'm getting him.
Okay, go ahead.
So my question, you said Greenville was in certain condition before, but now it's in another condition. So I want you to compare and contrast. How was Greenville before, and how is it different from what it is right now?
Thank you. Greenville before used to be a city that is clean. Greenville is laid out. All of the streets in Greenville at the time were open. Cars were using all of those streets. But this time around, only Johnson Street and Mississippi Street, and then how they call SINOE Street, now in use. The rest of the streets, Magazine Street, Coach Street, Green Yard Street, I mean, you name it, they are all closed.
Mr. Mayor,
we're saying electric fence. Now there's no one chair there. There's no generator. The chair there, you think then I affairs will be there.
Yeah, so Mr. Mayor.
Before it was not leakage, but now right in the center of the area, they have a ring today. I got 3 places that put top when it's raining. Water, I think they put water 3 times today. Why was in office? They have a ring today. And so there was never like that before. Even on former environment superintendent, Madam Pierre, at the time she was sitting here, I mean, the city was not in that condition.
Okay, Patrick, I want you to ask the guest. Otherwise, he's talking about renovating the city hall and different things that he spoke of. It's cash intensive. I mean, does he have the financial support to get the city hall or the various streets that he's talking about that are dilapidated to get them to the state of normality?
You mean the previous? I mean the past city mayor, the one succeeding now.
Your very self.
Yourself.
Yourself.
Oh, myself. If I will have the capacity.
Yeah, the budget. Do you have financial capacity?
Well, the city, depending on. I'm depending on lobbying from people. City don't have that. There's no, kind of taxes that I will get from the city to do that work. So I'm depending on people. That what I do use GNK probably the last time that you need to help me to connect me with other cities so that I'll be able to make an appeal to make the city to look at the 10 original city of Liberia. Because SINOE County is spread in Liberia.
So
is spread in Liberia. So it need to be like a city that is a big the other city in Liberia.
So Mr. Kai, you spent few years in the classroom before transitioning into the NGO cycle. You've been in the NGO sector, the private sector. This is your first public service position. Do you have a full understanding of the job you have taken over to do? Do you really? Do you accept the task to really deliver?
Patrick, let me tell you that to be the head of a city, you must be creative, and which I know that all the positions that I passed through, giving a leverage, that I will be one of the best city mayor in SINOE County. And one of those that said I will be one of the best. The first thing I know that this job is a job that you need to go out to lobby. You must have good relationship with your caucus member, work along with the superintendent, so that every proposal you send out there, that they will also help you to add their voices to ensure that people will be able to buy it.
Okay.
And so I think that I will work along with even the media group. They will also help me. Like I'm present. To open my website. Well, open website. That is anything that we do. It will be there. Anybody that want to get information about a city, you go to that website. And so this is how I intend doing, because there's no penny money. I mean, there's not that big, and no many business people here. So
okay.
I intend to go that way to be able to lobby.
Okay, Mayor.
What I will get from the city.
Okay, so colleagues,
Yeah, Patrick. Before I don't know what Christian has a question, but Mayor, I just want to know because you are part of the rescue team, and so I'm assuming when you say rescue teams, you have mechanisms in place to rescue the people. So, what is your starting budget right now as the rescue mayor of SINOE County? And how much you have as the budget for the city?
Like I told you, the city council, the council and I have to sit down to be able to craft a budget for the city. So I'm meeting council. I'm meeting with the city council by Tuesday.
Okay, so what I'm understanding is
I've sent communication out to institutions that want to form part of the city council.
Okay, so right now you don't have a budget right now, is that correct?
I need one disabled person from the disabled community. I need one youth from the youth. I need one from the hospital. I need one from the business community. I need one person from the Christian community. I need one person from the Muslim community. Then I make them 9. So
okay, so
without the council being put in place and to meet, I will not be able to give you any budget for now.
Okay, so as of now, you don't have a budget. So how much did you inherit from your predecessor?
Hello?
Yeah. How much did you inherit from your predecessor? The corporation account is in red. Nothing I met in the cover. Liberty, red, US, red. And when I say it's in red, you should know what I'm trying to say. Nothing I met in the cover. Even before I sit down, I'm on back chair. So nothing. I cannot even back chair.
All right, Christian, if you have a question for the mayor, go ahead so we can let him go. You're on mute. You are on mute.
Hello?
You are on mute, Christian.
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
Chris.
All right, good. So, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mine is not a question. Mine is a recommendation, very short recommendation, because I have lived in SINOE myself over the years. I know that the city corporation that the mayor just took over is a serious challenge. It's a very, very serious challenge. And so the fact that the mayor himself has recognized these challenges, has noted these challenges, what I would want the mayor to do, if he has not done it, is first to have a plan. And that plan would be, what is it that he wants to do? What does he wants to do as a mayor to make sure that Greenville gets the face it in, that Greenville City is the way it used to be when he was young in Greenville as a mayor, because he said Greenville is very clean. All the streets are open. So the first thing is, what is it that he wants to do, which is a plan. The next thing is, how do you intend to do it? That's where the strategies come about, the strategies that will be employed, to get it achieved. How do you intend to do it? That's the strategy. Then getting it, having had these strategies of why you want to do it, how you intend to do it. Then the next thing would be getting to do it, which is the executing your plans. It is not a bad thing that you started with stakeholders meeting, where you talk about the contest meeting with stakeholders of the city. It's not a bad thing. But when you are meeting your stakeholders, when you are meeting your partners, you want to meet them with plans. That's what you want to do as a mayor. I'm not a mayor. I made the whole place mess up. No this, no that. But all of my administration as a mayor, this is what I intend to do. And I believe that I cannot do it alone. So I want you, the stakeholders, the business people, the community people, the company, to join me, to support me so that we can achieve this. But if you meet them without a plan, and then you leave them before organizing a plan, it will be a problem. If not problem, but it will cause a delay than what you want to achieve. So that's just what I want to recommend to the mayor. You must have a concise plan of what you want to do.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It's a plan that I got that what I'm calling these people to discuss the plan with them. And so, but you asked me the first, 2 days, what am I doing? The first week, what am I doing? I told you that I'm calling the stakeholder into meeting, the business people, the partner, for an acquaintance meeting. But I have a plan now. When any of them can go into that meeting, I tell them where to start from. And the thing I'm thinking about now, one, at least it will give the city a facelift by doing massacring up. And I want to, then the next thing is to look at the city, how, why we are breaking it up. We're talking to people, then for example, we talk to GVL, I send an engineer, he did the assessment on the building, by the weekend, he will bring the estimate out. Then I will have to talk to other people to see we can look at the building, the places that are leaking, to be able to do it. So these are places I have to look at the building to make sure before I go on the field to clean all of, open all of the rooms. That's why I'm calling something like me really like, because when they come into the meeting, I tell them that here's the situation, but look at the city. See, you got machine, help me with one machine, I will fill it so that they can open my room. So my plan is to open room between now and December, open all the roads that are closed, and then give the city a safe day by massacring that campaign while I'm looking at the city hall.
Okay. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Patrick, before you let the mayor go, one last question from me, Patrick, before the mayor gives a. So, Mayor, I try. I mean, I'm from a distance, but I'm feeling the challenge that you are faced right now. But you said you don't have a budget right now, so I want to know how many employees do you have, and how do you hope to pay them if you don't have a budget right now?
Thank you. I have a group. Let's say I have people that are on payroll. They are about 15. Then I have contractor who I can hire maybe for about 2-3 months. I'll get a contract in the city. And so, as by next week, as people pay, generating money, they send it to the account. But next week, the council and I will sit down, then we work on the budget. By the time we work on the budget, put the more count to our end, I'll be able to have some funding to pay the first, pay the people that I'm working with. Because one person don't want to say more air, then somebody not get it. They leave money, they're supposed to take home for the family to feed fund, then they not get it. Then they start grieving for healing to money, from money to healing. And so I intend that everything to be through the thing. And so the issue of the budget will be done with for next week, Thursday or Friday, because here myself meeting on Wednesday. And when we meet on Wednesday, we grab the budget.
So, Mr. Carr, how do you generate the money? Because you're talking about generating money. Where do you get the money from? Where are you generating the money from?
We'll be generating money from the municipal fee in the city.
So break that down for us. What do you mean?
Basically, people the first thing the city have an ordinance, which is the city law. It tells you that you have class A business, we have to pay certain tax or taxes. B business, we have to pay taxes. And so those taxes and fine that people that will violate, that they will pay to the ordinance, will be the money that we use to develop the city. Then if the government and not us any money, they add up to that one to develop the city.
Okay, so quickly to let you off the hook. The city ordinance provides that violators of the city ordinance must pay certain fines, and if those fines are not paid, the law provides that you drag them to the city court, and they will pay double fines there, or go to jail. So, are you ready? Are you willing to send people to jail for 24 to 48 hours who may come in violation of the city ordinance under your watch, or refuse to pay fines imposed by the city council or the city corporation? And some of those people who will be taken to jail or to court will include some of your relatives. Are you willing to take the bull by the horn indiscriminately?
Mr. Bolo, Patrick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you, if anybody goes to jail because of violation, it's not how it's called that jail that person. Then it's the law of the city that jail the person. So why would I say I will not be waiting? The law, once you violate, you gotta pay the penalty of your violation. Failure to do so, you'll go to jail.
Okay. I think you have served us well. We say thank you for coming on our show today. It was an impromptu call to you on the same day, arranging, and you graciously accepted to come. It's part of the challenges you face. But we hope to get you another time. As things unfold, as you begin to work and achieve your mission or the rescue mission. Thank you very kindly for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I will always be available whenever you call on me.
Aramir, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. So that's it there. Yeah.
Patrick, are you able to get hold of the wire guy?
So let me see quickly if I can get hold of the wire guy quickly. Let me see. Yeah. So then let me see quickly. Yeah. Let me see if I can get hold of the wire guy. DOG Boto. Buto. Yeah.
So Patrick, what I will do, I will put you backstage. Once you get a guy, you just give me. He's down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, backstage me.
Then just give me a thumb when you get the guy, or when you are ready to come back home.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. While we are waiting for Patrick to get the guests, Sarah, again, let's deal with the first issue that we wanted to talk about. I don't know who the guy you're looking at back there, or the girl. Sarah. Yeah, you looking at the baby or at the boss man? You looking on the side there. So okay.
The baby anyway.
I just want you to frame the issue. I want you to frame the issue of Senator Teahjay and Duncan. What's going on between them? Just that discourse there while we're waiting for Patrick to come on.
Okay, so actually, it's not a major issues that is going on between Senator Duncan and former Senator Teahjay. What happened is that former Senator Teahjay supporters were appointed to various position which has to do with regional coordinator for disaster management agency for SINOE, reverses and Grand Crew, which was Mr. Jerry Taku. He was appointed as the regional coordinator. You have Darrell Bo as assistant. You have Charismatic Norris, who also is the coordinator for SINOE County. And people were jubilating, hearing information within. And Trevor and I, we noticed that supporter of Senator Duncan have been pronounced as regional coordinator for disaster management agency in for SINOE reverses and Grand Crew, and also Dara's bowl position, I think, are also being replaced. So it raised the issues that on the biggest platform for SINOE, which is SINOE Forum. Other people were stressing that the same thing what the people of SINOE went against before they removed Senator Teahjay of witch hunting people for their various position. This is the same thing that Senator Duncan is bringing. So why should he continue with that same path while other people were there defending Senator Duncan supporter that those people like Mr. Jerry Tackle doesn't have any degree. So the guy who was appointed to such position has degree, and people who should occupy such position should be people with credential and other things. So that's the issue. So other people are classifying Duncan to be someone who running after the young people of SINOE position, while others were saying that as young person of SINOE, it is good that you follow yourself in education so that position won't pass you. And so this is the training issue now on a daily basis where the young people of SINOE normally post on SINOE Forum.
Okay, yeah. So I heard Jerry Taku and Charismatic Norris were the two guys from Senator Teahjay's end. So
they were three. They were two. Yes.
Yeah. So who are the other guys? Who are the other guys from Duncan's equation to who are the other guys from Duncan's side?
Okay, so one of the person who need and were receiving congratulation message has to do with one Kwakum Setu from Tatue. He's also a son of SINOE County. He got a BSc as well.
Okay, so the jobs in question specifically, do you have like the job description of what the guy is supposed to do?
The job description has to do with I've not really gone through that, but I think that person is supposed to be someone who has a degree because you are covering 3 counties. Yeah, as regional coordinator for 3, which is region 4.
Okay, elaborate question here. Question, you the former boss man in that county. I mean, the whole wahala that's running now, what do you make of it? Who's supposed to do what here?
Okay, thank you, Doug. Firstly, before I get to the issue of Senator Duncan and former Senator Teahjay, I would think the first problem comes from the agency itself, the disaster management agency, because if for any reason you have vacancy and you believe that you need competitors for those jobs, you must first advertise the job, so that advertise the job along with the qualifications that needed in order to occupy those positions. And people apply. When people apply, they are screened, they are scheduled for interview, if possible, aptitude test, and then you will get the needed qualifications required for the position in a professional environment. That's how it should be. But for the fact that the agency decided to give those jobs on the basis of political recommendations, so the agency itself are fall short. Moving forward, my understanding again is that Senator Teahjay have recommended 3 SINOE citizens I will not want to use the word supporters because we are not into campaign anymore. Elections are over. And, and so former Senator Teahjay recommended 3 SINOE citizens, to the regional coordinator position, the county coordinator position, and another position so to be named. And the guys joyously received their letters and they returned to county and their family were celebrating. Some of us were also close to them on the social media. We saw that they were being appointed in the position and we congratulated them. And after a few weeks, if not a month, we see on the same social media again another sons of SINOE being congratulated into the very same positions that people were being appointed to previously. So my first question now, that will go to the agency will be, if you employ or appoint people in position and you decide to send another people to those same position, have we withdrawn those appointments? Have you notified them? Because on a best labor practice, for one who is employed to be terminated, there will be notice. You must notify them that, even though you are employed, but for XYZ reason, we think that you cannot serve the position, we think that you are not qualified for this position, so we are sending John, or you don't have to even tell them that you are sending John, but you got to first dismiss them. And you got to get a notice, action of notice that they can no longer serve this position, for XYZ reason. Was that done? I think we need to get somebody from the agency to answer the question. But with the issue of Senator Duncan's involvement, for me, I think people of SINOE who try to discuss it like the way Sarah put their view through, for me, I don't see it that way. And people see it like tussle was supremacy of power, between former Senator Teahjay and that current Senator Duncan. For me, I don't see it that way. If it is true that these people, not even if it is true, because it is true that these people receive letters, in this position. Of all the 3,000 plus jobs in Liberia, only these jobs, Senator Duncan can recommend another daughters of SINOE too. I think that's an abuse of power. I would consider it as an abuse of power. You are not senator only to get certain people out of job, because it does not make sense that you took one SINOE son from job and send another SINOE son there. You took another SINOE son from job, you send another SINOE son there. So that's not what we call the issue of supremacy. That's an abuse of power. Senator Duncan could have used the senatorial power. There are a lot of agencies in the country, there are a lot of ministries and agencies of government that still have a lot of positions floating around. I think the same authority, the same influence he used at the disaster management agency, he could have used that at the Ministry of Labor, he could have used that at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, he could have used that at the Ministry of Finance, he could have used that at the LPRC, he could have used that at other agencies to create jobs for SINOE citizens. You take jobs from SINOE citizens that you are representing as a leader, as a senator, and give it to another group of SINOE citizens, and then you say that supremacy? No. You are causing confusion in the country. You are causing, our country is already divided. The hatred in the country is on the increase. The disunity in the country is on the increase. And you, as a leader, that should be bringing your people together in unity to foster development. You are the one after election still seeing people to be Teahjay supporter and still seeing some group of people to be your supporter. And that is a stab in the face of the people of SINOE. That's Senator Duncan. I don't support that, and I don't think any well-meaning SINOE son or daughter should support that. Elections are over. You are now the senator of the country. There are no more Teahjay supporter. There are no more Duncan supporter. There are no more Zaza supporter. All those of SINOE now are your citizens that you are leading, that you should be providing leadership over. So if sons and daughters, because there are no daughter among those that were employed, but if your citizens of SINOE were given jobs, you should be happy as a senator and create jobs for other people elsewhere. I think that's the kind of competition we need in that country. But taking it from David, giving it to the poor, I don't support such leadership. It's chaotic. It's very chaotic. It has a propensity to increase the already disunity we have in the country, the already hatred we get among ourselves as leaders of the country. I don't think they should be doing that. He and every other person that in that act is completely wrong. It shouldn't be doing it. That's an abuse of power against the own SINOE citizen that he should be leading as senator.
Papa, I just want to follow on something. You supported Senator Duncan, right?
Yeah, by extension, yes.
Okay. So are you regretting his election as senator because you say he is polarizing the people of Sano County?
No, the word regret, the word regretting, it is too early to regret. Every leader can make mistake. Every leader can make mistake. And one of the reasons you see me talking today is not that I hate him, but I'm talking today because I supported him, and I don't want people questioning my support to him or questioning my level of reasoning to have even supported him. So I think he got 9 years. You are not even going 1 year. You are going 8 more. There's still time and to make a comeback. That's one of the reasons you see me talking today. But to use the word regret, I think it's too early for that. But,
Okay, but
let's see how far it goes.
Okay, but Christian, I'm asking the question because there is a trend here. Quite recently, the senator was in the news for taking a loan because they did an investigation at the bank, and he was one of the person that was caught for not paying a loan, even though the central bank is not a commercial bank, but they give loans to employees. But he was one of the guys that did not pay. That's one. The second one is the man he practically sold Sano County to a Chinese company recently, and he got busted. He shared the resources with Chinese. He gave Chinese 67, and he himself took 37%. He got busted. So, I mean, we are seeing this trend of Crayton Duncan. That's why I'm asking. I mean, you have any regret for electing this guy?
I regret a few actions that he has exhibited as a senator, but I don't regret entirely electing him because, like I said, he can still make a comeback. But like the issue of the Chinese company, the issue that we are discussing currently, the issue that has to do with where he was not even in Sano leadership that I cannot be accountable to, because I was supporting at that time, he was a central bank, and they never brought that record up for me to see it until now he has been elected senator. So he can't hold me to that one because I didn't know about it. But the two actions as a senator that he has exhibited, that is to, the issue of the 33% with the Chinese company ownership or the share, and the issue of the, of taking jobs from Sano citizens and giving it to another Sano citizen. I think those are the two issues right now that we are discussing, and I regret the actions of him. I think he should have done that. It is not still late. He can make a comeback. If he really wish well for Sano, he will make a comeback. You have a quick examination of himself and come back and get on a path that we're considering which he's supposed to be going. Because yesteryears, those were reasons that, and a lot of people of Sano did not support Senator Teahjay. Even Patrick, who is listening here, is a word of that. We castigated Senator Teahjay. We lashed Senator Teahjay for fighting people's job. So you can't get there and be doing the same old thing that all of people will be clapping for you. So it means that we shouldn't have made any change. Because if you make a change, it may change for good. If you make a change, there should be no excuses. The other men of fighting people's jobs, we say it was bad. And so if it was bad yesterday, it is bad today, no matter who is doing it. That's the point I'm trying to make. It is bad today. The fact that it was bad yesterday, no matter who is doing it.
Let's bring Patrick in. Patrick.
Yeah.
What do you make of this swapping employees? Bring the other Sano son, and then, like Christian said, we have not heard daughter yet. Bring the other Sano son, and you replace him with another Sano son. Will you say wouldn't you call that a distribution of the wealth instead of the money, the resources going to one group of people? I mean, you hire the group when they say for a certain time you move there, you bring new people, given that we don't have jobs in the country. You think a bad idea?
No, it's different. It's different because the other people did not even serve at all. These other people did not even serve at all. It's not even taken away a month.
All right, let's bring Patrick. Let's bring Patrick.
This is unfair distribution of human resource capital. Yeah. So what I see here is that this practice has been around for some time. One thing I can say is, Duncan is not too far from being guilty of this swapping recently. Yeah, and we can also rule out any possibility that he shared a view or he gives some consent to this swapping. But the main dealer of the card here is our Duncan's former COS. Yeah, we can rule out Duncan's involvement entirely. He has much that he's a senator and the director who did the card and the disaster management agency worked for Duncan for years now, since 2016, and to this time, we can rule his involvement out. But the dealer of the card here, I believe in my view, is Mark Narklin Senior, who is a director recommended by Duncan at the Disaster Management Committee or agency. So what I noticed here, it seems that Honorable Teahjay bypassed, because Honorable Teahjay and Mark were Buddhists. In fact, Mark was his campaign spokesperson in 2014. Mark brought him to power in 2014 before they fell out in I think they fell out in 2020. Yeah, 2020. 2018 rather. Before they fell out in 2018. So Senator Teahjay may have bypassed Mark's decks and straight to the highest up because he too has an influence and authority. But it seems that the whole appointment, it went on Facebook and it played around. And I noticed that the appointment was either brought to Mark's notice or Mark himself may have taken it back to maybe his bosses to see, well, this thing, the individuals appointed to this position or to these positions don't have the requisite requirement or knowledge or experience or education, whatever you may have used as a conduit to get his fellow compatriots replaced. And the guy he brought in is his kinsman. All right. So the guy recommended, who is for the position right now, is a kinsman. So one way or the other, perhaps Mark may have, as a director at the agency, who is close to the management there or to the team there, he may have used his influence as a son of Tatwe, to also recommend his Tatwe brother, who perhaps has the basic qualification. But the sad thing is that the men who were appointed to the position, Jerry, Norris, and the rest of the guys, I'm not sure they even got their first pay. I'm not sure they even got their first pay. And, but this is going to be a long fight. I'm not sure it's over yet. Friday Setu has been congratulated about many persons on Facebook already. But this is not a realistic swap. It's a flexing of authority, or somebody want to say to me, you can't achieve this thing without my approbation or with my approval. Somebody want to say, I'm in charge here. You can't do it when you not support me. You can't do it when you have not involved me. You must seek my consent, and this is why it is bad. The same thing it played out in the Dubai district area in 20 when President Weah came to power. It played out, and it was bad also too yesterday, and it's bad now. In 2019 or 18, President Weah appointed one Logan Toba to be the district superintendent of Dubai River District. They didn't even get a first pay. He didn't even get a first pay. I mean, someone deal came up. I think they deal about Wabodikis, confirmation or whatever it was. So Logan Toba became the how they call it, he became the the reason. I think he became a scapegoat, or he became a victim, for political maneuvering. So I just said to the president to get my vote for Wabodiki's appointment or confirmation, and you have to give him what I want. And I want Avonso Weah back into the position, of district superintendent for Dubai River District. And so in less than 1 or 2 months, Logan was replaced, and then Avonso Weah came back, to the position. And if you look at what's happening right now with the Narklin, with the Duncan's involvement with this swapping, I think it has a semblance. And these things are very bad for SINOE. It takes SINOE nowhere. It breeds disintegration. It breeds confusion. It breeds animosity, and it takes the country back, miles back, and it keeps happening like this. So Teahjay was not good yesterday, and the person who replaced him is not showing absolute difference. It's not showing any absolute difference to say, yeah, the people did well by removing Teahjay and bringing in Duncan, but swapping people like this, I don't think it was fair. It's very bad, and
Patrick,
and they should reconsider it. I think Setu should tell the people. Setu should say to the appointee. The appointee should say graciously to himself and to his fellow compatriots and gentlemen, I can take the position. It also happened, before I close quickly, to conclude, the same thing again, it happened between Nunu Bro and Conrad Whistle. Okay? And people politicians keep putting people against each other, and people not enough to know that people that they're being used as stooges, or they're being used as trump cards for people to score political goals. Conrad Whistle was commissioner of, I think, of Kabada, or Tatwa area. He was commissioner there in Kabada. All of a sudden, so the thing said, no, you can't be commissioner because you disobey me. You went on a meeting, you went to a campaign rally with Le Mambuto Yipa. So that was an affront to me as superintendent. So you can't be in that position. He brought the man's own cousin. His own relative to replace him. And I think that also went on for from time to time, and until the whole thing scattered. People should not be used, by politicians as conduit to achieve their goals, especially when it comes to the political interest. And I think Friday Setu must give her that position. Fine, he qualified. He has a BSc. He can do any other job he can do, but I don't think it was fair to Jerry and the other guys who lost the positions.
But Patrick, did you support the campaign of Senator Duncan?
Duncan, no, so senatorially in the last election, no, I didn't support Duncan. I supported Zaza. Yeah, I didn't support Duncan in the last elections. Yeah.
A question. This is a strong statement from the leader of the Sapo community here in the U.S., Madam Frances Clark Myers. She said, Senator Duncan should bring change in SINOE. We are tired with the division in the county. I mean, that's a strong message she's sending to our senator. I mean, I want you to react to that statement. Let me get you from up mute.
I think she, she's doing right. She followed trying to make our voices stronger, because if you listen to me from the opening, I was very clear that the senator needs to hold break and come back and re-examine himself and understand that he was not elected because he was the most handsome person, or because he was the most rich man, because how he sees himself that he was elected because he was a rich man, then that be it. But I think a lot of people elected him not because of whatever he think he might have spent, but because they feel that Teahjay was doing it all wrong in the 9 years, and they felt that Zaza did not do well in a district according to them, and they felt that he should be the one. So it's a huge responsibility that was given him. It's a huge task that was given him, and he need not to be handled like this, because he need to be serious. He need to be more responsible as a leader. And you need to understand that to run a county is different than from running your private company, because being in political leadership comes with a lot of pain. There will be people who discussed you yesterday, backlash you yesterday, but now that you have won and you are now the leader, the world leader, that's a difference. That's a difference between politicians and leader. You know the difference?
No.
Politicians are always concerned about the next election. What will happen to the next election? These people supported Teahjay. These people are Nama people. If they are to be stratified in the country, if they're getting jobs in the country, when I go for the next election, and it will stay in my way. But it's not about the next election. Leaders will not be thinking about the next election. Leaders will be thinking about providing direction for the people. Making sure that the people get good healthcare system, making sure that the people get good educational system, making sure that they got good roads, making sure that companies go so that the economy of the country will boom, so that everybody will not look in their pocket. So that people who call in there every day, oh, please send my child to university, please send my child to school, will stop calling them. Those are things leaders will be concerned about. But politicians will always think about the next election, and I think that's what Duncan is thinking about now. And it's too early to think about 2032 election. I want to know today, and we don't know the name of tomorrow. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. If you happen tomorrow, it's Friday. I'll tell you tomorrow is Friday. But who will wake up next tomorrow is God. So let us be thinking about humanity now instead of thinking about what will happen to us 8 years from now, 9 years from now in terms of election. Because the way our country has been over the years, that the day you visit back home, you go to SINOE, you feel bad. You travel all around the country, you go to other counties, you will not see skyscrapers though, but you will see little difference as compared to SINOE. Right now, if you go to SINOE, you give you scares of where to drink water or where to eat because the hatred, the animosity you can see in the faces. Certain people can sit together in the same gallery. Certain people can work together. So certain people can ride the same car. Certain people can ride the same bike only because of the same political division. So the only way that this thing can change when you, the leader, start to execute or exhibit a leadership that bring everybody together. But if one young man come tomorrow and maneuver away and God blesses him, or one young lady comes tomorrow, God blesses her and she got a job, if she did not support you or if he never supported you and they went back to the country after 2 months, you go to the office, you say, oh, I don't want a person in the country. Is that the country going to keep running? Those were things yesterday was spoken against. So we're not expecting the Duncan to be behaving the way he's behaving. He should see someone's interest as paramount now and forget about his personal interest. The people are giving him so much. So what more does he want? Right now, it should be the people's interest, not his interest. So the president is right. I agree with that.
Okay, all right. I want to transition. We got 2 hours window to operate on here or less. Christian, are you still there?
No, I'm done on this topic, except where you will also continue.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, with the issue of Crayton Duncan and Senator Teahjay, some of us, we did our best to educate our people here. But, you have, it's amazing how my former commissioner, Christian, said, oh, he gave out the difference between politicians and leaders, and the man is a politician, I don't know whether you consider yourself a politician or a leader. I don't know, but I mean, we spoke here robustly that Crayton Duncan is the wrong guy for SINOE County. But then we have the Labor Commissioner because of party solidarity. I mean, they had a good following in the county. And so they campaigned for this guy. And now Senator Crayton Duncan is now, becoming worse than Milton Teahjay, And why do I say that? Milton Teahjay did not go to China to sell SINOE County. No, he did not do that. But the guy that the Labor Commissioner brought to replace Milton Teahjay it's now setting our county, Yeah, so you can see that. I mean, to understand how we consider when you compare Teahjay and Crayton Duncan, Teahjay is a patriot, and Crayton Duncan is not. Why? Because to the extent that you are bargaining, you will do a business agreement with foreigners and you get a giant share of your county resources. That's not patriotism, But on the other hand, Milton Teahjay, he will take, even though he's highly tribal, but those tribal sons and daughters that he hired, they are from SINOE. So the resources coming to SINOE County or they are coming to Liberia. So he can call Milton Teahjay in a sense a patriot. But Crayton Duncan is not. The man believes in taking the resources from the country and keeping the people poorer and poorer, And we spoke again, this thing were coming, we did our part. I'm glad that Patrick and myself, we were on the same page on this one. But the commissioner is in error to have brought Crayton Duncan on political solidarity, to use that CDC vote one, vote all, And here we are today. Even though himself, and that's why I feel sorry for my district right now, district number 3. I would rather Christian Tababo, because I talked to Christian interviewing a couple of times, he has some ideas, But because they seen a tyrannical party they had, and then they suppressed Christian Tababo, and now we have Sonboy Noah, and almost 1 year now in office. Nothing for district number 3. Besides going there and took $2,000 and bust it into Liberian dollars and share your money, people. But since he got in power, no bill, nothing. The guy said something about, no, I will review all the laws in the country you review the concession agreements in the country, you do something about how they reach, but they say the mail will review all the laws in the country to make adjustment. You see, so there we are right now. SINOE County is terrible shape, and again, I'll be forced, if Crayton, if Bible does not put it out together, I will come there 2029 to see what I can replace Sonny Boy Noah. I know I will get all of you support. But again, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I won't give Christian Bible or Patrick has political ambition. I won't give you guys the benefit. Because when I come there will be a tsunami in SINOE County, especially district number 3. Yeah. I'm not coming there, y'all be speaking all that, your BB boat to the Oman. I want to will speak the original language to the people so they can understand what is going on here. Y'all got a labor commissioner that brought an American Liberian and he looting our resources. When I feel with that, Patrick, they better run away. But anyway, so that's a little joke there, but it's a serious one for SINOE County. We gotta do better than that. But Patrick, let's look at the but even though the man did not come, the WASSCE man did not come, but I think that's something I don't know whether you read the article that I shared, but if you want to chime on it first, go ahead. Anyway, let me take you from on mute.
I saw the summary of the article. Okay, the overall calculation. But my brother, this country is so corrupt to the extent that we make corrections to look bad, to look good. We take wrong information. We give out so much wrong perception to present an impression that we are doing good. So, for example, when they say 90% pass in the WASSCE, you know what they're saying? You know what it's saying?
No.
What is telling us that the people who pass at least one subject, at least one. Now, all our normal report together, they say 90% pass. At least you want for the test, at least 90 people who saw the test, they pass WASSCE, and that is as per their own benchmark. As per their own benchmark, for example, to pass, to be qualified, like they say, to be captured in the passing category, for example, you must have at least passed one subject, math or English or any other subject. So people who pass at least one subject, they reach that. That's a number there. But when it comes to mathematics and English, which is a precondition, the prerequisite for any other qualification for graduation, we are bad. So what makes it look like with 90% flash or presentation? What makes it look like the system is good? They have done far better than we have ever done before. And that's what it makes it. That's what makes it look like. Why it makes it look like. But my brother, it's a scam, and I think why should not be doing that. In fact, that issue of at least one subject you pass, one subject, even making it a record, is even bad. But here's the thing: as always, the result, as bad the result has always been, for example, to enroll at a university, to enroll at any public university or private university, you are required to pass subjects in WASSCE. Okay, your certificate must have at least 5 subjects, English and mathematics. Uncompromising. You must pass English and math and then at least 3 other subjects. So 5 subjects you must have before you can enter any university. Now everybody, because you pass one say 90%, 90% pass. But the corrupt part here is that these acts of mass stealing every year, it does good for WASSCE in terms of corruption. It gives more money to WASSCE, to WASSCE. Why people put more money in their pockets? Because to resit, you have to pay 5,000 or more for one subject, right? Resitting. So you take 9 subjects, you pass only 1, you fail 8 subjects. If you want to go and resit for any of the 8 subjects, because okay, maybe you say, okay, for me, I only want to resit math and English, or I want to resit geography or biology, or I want to resit 5, or resit 3, or resit 8. You will pay $5,000 for one of those subjects. So if we say 5 subjects, 4 times 5 is 25. So it's whooping $25,000 you got to put down to be able to resit all 5 subjects. So I think the issue of mass fear in my mind, it creates more wealth. It makes more money for WASSCE than any other institution in this country. You can imagine. And this is a scam. 90% pass, it means at least all people about one subject. Are you there? So I hear back anyway to give Chris a chance to come in.
Okay, before I bring Chris in, let me ask a quick question though. You spoke. I didn't take note of that, but I'm just wondering though, why is English a requirement for a country that is not an English-speaking country? I mean, are we doing justice to our children here? Why should we force the Chinese? They don't require their children to speak perfect English for them to do well. The Japanese don't do that. The Germans don't do that. So while Liberians, our leaders, they require our children to write perfect English in order to get promoted to the next class. Math, I understand that. But why English is a requirement? We are not English people. We got our own languages. We are Kru, we are Loma, we are Gribble, and different things. So why they require English? I don't understand that.
So briefly, here's the thing. Liberia is the number one copier, of anything deemed good by the Ulster War. So our country, our leaders, they accept just everything or just anything as much it is approved internationally, or maybe America is doing it, for example, or Great Britain doing it, for example, or any European ally is doing it, for example. It is good for Liberia, and Liberia will accept and adopt it. For instance, you see, English and mathematics are precondition. Yeah, mathematics is understandable, but English, and when you list countries of high standard English speaking nature, you wouldn't count Liberia. No, you won't count Liberia. I mean, we are not an English speaking country, but we maybe by paper they name us. But our English is as bad as you can imagine or describe it in any other form. Only a few persons in this country, out of self-discipline, can strive to speak good English, or to speak standard English. But the rest of us in the school, the teachers speak literally, the teachers speak dialect in fact to even explain something to the students. It's pidgin, right? So we are copier of bad things in this country. We say opium people get sick. In China you take in the US, there in other states. I mean, people go to anywhere they buy their puppy, that sort of thing. I think as drugs in Liberia. It is captured as narcotics, and people are running away all over the place. People are looking for protein in their body. FDA can go and catch bush meat and put it on fire. Because somebody from America say, yeah, when you catch a bush meat, you must burn it as a way of what? As a way of discouraging hunting, in reserve forests. But but you get cold storage, right? You bring cold storage to all, the first put us the container for, we take it, we say, yeah, it's good for us. So Liberia is a bad example of copying bad things. You know, I hear about my brother.
All right, Christian, are you there?
Yeah.
Christian? Yeah, I want to bring you in here on this issue of the WASSCE, right? The passing, which I think is a good news, right? Even though Patrick is pessimistic about the results, but in terms of credit, would you give the credit to the current administration, their policy, or the CDC administration? And besides, another thing that I was, when Patrick was talking about, WASSCE wants to get rich, you want to get money. I mean, the students that attended the WASSCE, I mean, is President Weah implementing George Weah policy of defraying the costs for the student that signed for the WASSCE, or the children that they had to pay for themselves? So enlighten us on those points. Christian, go ahead. Christian is, I think his device is glitching up. I'll kick him out and bring him back on. But Patrick, you want to chew on that a little bit? You got any thought on that?
Okay, so yes, yeah, I think the government, I think the Broadcast administration is continuing with this wide fees payment. Yes, it has not issued any official statement as to whether it will decline, you know, continuation. But for this year, I think the payment was done by this government, and I believe the payment was already captured. If I was already captured in the budget, all right. So I think they were forced to do it. But next year we will know from next year's budget whether they do or not. But Chris is back.
All right, yeah. Let me get Chris back. Chris, go ahead.
Your network was bad, so I didn't get a question. I want you to come back.
So the question I was asking was the George Weah had a policy of defraying the cost of the students, you know, the WASSCE. You know, you were paying even for study class for those students to get prepared for the WASSCE examination. So I'm asking the passing rate 90%, which is pretty good. You know, should we attribute this success to the rescue mission, or should we attribute that to the past administration?
Oh, okay. So the election was in 2023, and those who are coming out down graduating, you know, from high school, they started the academic year 2023, and the academic year, you know, and then 2024. So if we are to be grading the rescue mission in terms of academics, I think it will be 2025, because their academic year just began, it just started in 2024. Schools just opened 2024 under the administration. So those students, you know, coming out with 90% passing, you know, rate in a WASSCE, I cannot contribute to the rescue, because the rescue took office this year in January, at which time the people were already in school, and every material they were being taught, everything they were going through was initiated in the last year of the CDC, of the Propo. And while it is true that government's continuity, and to some extent we still give credit, we still, you know, give credit to the rescue mission, because the test was administered under the Propo administration. So I don't want to believe that the credit should be given to the rescue mission. But 2025, we know where the rescue stand in terms of, you know, WASSCE. But for me, that generally on the entire issue of WASSCE, I think that as a country, we're not doing well to our students. When I say we're not doing well to our students, I think we need to even have our own examination council called, you know, Liberia Senior Student Examination Council instead of West Africa, because in the entire region, the other African countries that we are allying Liberia to have a general test and evaluation. They have prepared teachers in their classrooms. They have good learning environment. They are well catered to as compared to Liberia. Like, for example, you look at Ghana. You can compare the school system of Ghana to that of Liberia now as we speak. Even you go to Nigeria, you cannot compare the school system of Nigeria to Liberia as we speak. But in terms of examination, you want what has been taught in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, and all West African countries to also be to come in the test for our Liberian students. Whereas why you teaching is far more different to what normally appear in the WASSCE. So let us be examining our students, our pupil on what we teach.
Probably not to call you out. If you read the report,
what we teach them.
I'm not calling about if you read the report. I think for the 6th graders, they were tested domestically, not from the WASSCE stuff, but from 6th grade, I think 6th grade, they had a Liberia specific test that they took.
Yeah, 10th and 6th grade, yes, I agree. 10th grade and 6th grade. Because 10th grade also start WASSCE. Well, yeah, go. So what was the result from 10th and 6th grade compared to the 9th and 12th grade that were in the WASSCE?
I think it was also good. It was also good. When I'm looking at the stocks, they performed well. Yeah.
So I'm saying most times we always have the mass failure. Sometimes, like the Patrick said, sometimes the targets come from WASSCE or say so how they want it happen because of monetary reason, because of economic reason, because of they feel that the research tests contribute more to their budget even as compared to national government. But we need to be realistic about education. We need to be straight about education. Education should not be politicized. It shouldn't be, for example, saying this is our government and we need to give our government good image. So the passing rate should be 90% or 95% or 100%. No, the passing rate should be.
Okay, I think if you listen to the report, the article here, they say the national exams were administered to students in grade 3, 6, and 9. Across the country or across Liberia. So that 3, 6, and 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe gradually we'll get to 12, because it is good. It is good that we examine our students, from what we're teaching them, because some of these schools don't even have the textbooks, they don't have the materials that come in the WASSCE. So most of them will depend on their instructors. Most of you a year old. There's a massive, cheating WASSCE from that school, because the students themselves will be lost completely, in the examination hall. We'll only be depending on the instructors to be bringing answers for them or to come around to be solving problems for them. If you do that, then you're making mockery out of education, because the students themselves should be performing on the basis of what they know, on the basis of what they know, on the basis of what they learn, on the basis of what they are aware of. Not somebody just feeding them with answers because you want to have a passing rate of 90% or 80%. So I think now that we have tier 6 and 9 being, the test being administered domestically, sooner than later we should also extend it to the 12th grade and let it be Liberia, Examination Council or Liberia Senior Student Examination Council, and yeah, we deal with our own materials until we can be prepared to go and compete with the entire West Africa. That's my own, take on that. I think that's the best way to do. Because, my brother, all these things you're looking at here, the paper says some of the students pass 5 subjects. Some pass 4 subjects, some pass 3 subjects, some pass 6 subjects. But the maximum requirement by WASSCE itself is that you compulsory to pass in math and English. So if you pass 6 subjects and you feel math, it's a problem for your graduation. If you pass 6 subjects and you feel English, it's a problem for your graduation. So the 90% they're talking about, is it about just the number of subjects they pass in? Because to be qualified by WASSCE of self that you pass is to pass it both.
So the article that I read did not break down, because I didn't read the report from WASSCE itself. But then, the article I read, so they said it was 50,410 students candidates that sat for the exam, and out of the 50,000, you got 45,340 that passed the examination, which is about 90%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it said
So
Maryland is the one that topped the test, I think, with 98.29%, followed by Grand Jetta County, I think, yeah.
I agree. So my point is, because if you use the word 90% pass what? Once you pass an exam, you are not to go to resit that exam. Right? Once you pass an exam, you are not to go and resit that exam. No. Because if somebody fails in mathematics or English, they have to go and resit. So are they telling us that 90% has to do with people passing both English and mathematics? Because you can't give a 90% result, they will see 50% going back to go and resit WASSCE.
Right. Yeah, but I wish I have looked at the numbers, the breakdown, but the article does not have all the breakdown, and all of that. Yeah, I think I shared a link in the chat room.
On our next show, we didn't encourage Patrick to keep reaching out to the head of WASSCE, so that maybe the head of WASSCE can be the better person to provide that information for us. It is essential, because that's the only way for me. I will agree that 90% pass, because he gets the 90% pass, then at the end of the day, 60% going back to apply for resit or so they had they pass.
Okay. All right, let's go to this topic here. Liberia quest to obtain a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council. Patrick, are you there? I'm sorry, the rescue light is no longer around you. Patrick.
Okay, fine. It come back.
Oh wow, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
It's so strange to me. I'm not going to hear. It's so strange to me over here. Patrick and Christian, I've been here for years, right? Maybe the only time you have power outage, one, maybe you don't pay your bill, or there is like a storm. But other than that, to just see the power just go up, or what the people doing so. Yeah, what they're doing, so maybe when they're doing some work somewhere, they're doing technical work, they will say, they will send you communication and say, you know what, there will be power outage in the area, but it will give you exact time when I think will be by power. Patrick, and trust me, it will be back the same time they gave you. They're not joking. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this trending issue with Liberia being a non-permanent member on the United Nations, Security Council. I think that's one of the issues that are trending right now in the country. And when we're talking about the education too, another thing we did not talk about was I think Patrick indicated that over 6,000 students, graduated from university in Liberia too. They had a huge graduation. Talking about that, let me just do a quick shout out to my cousin before I forget. That's Jefferson Wanja. Jefferson Wanja graduated too from the University of Liberia, I think with a bachelor degree in geology. So we got a geoscience guy there. Yeah, so Jefferson, we are quite proud of you. I want to say congratulations on this huge success. I know other sons and daughters of SINOE, they also graduated, and we want to say congratulations to all of you. It's a good thing. I mean, I try to pay attention to the output of some of the graduates, and I look at what Wanja Jefferson wrote. I mean, you are paying attention. The guy, he writes pretty good English. I mean, even though he's not an Englishman, and we emphasize on grammar and all of that, but he wrote a couple of pieces, and the man was paying attention to the teacher, Yeah, so I'm proud of the brother. I want to say congratulations. We came a long way, so now I listen to you guys, right, Christian? I feel like because I'm here and when I talk about SINOE, I think I don't know. The man myself was in Zawiya town back in the day. I can remember. Yeah, we're in Zawiya town. So when I say, I know SINOE, I can just be looking at you. I say, look at it, man. And when we were passing around here, there were still little boys around here. So yeah, but I want to say congratulations to Jefferson. One thing I can remember when we were in Zawiya town and we did, when it's raining, right? The girls, they will get in the water, and then if you don't want to get in the rain, then they will put the water in the bucket or something, and they spill the water on you, right? So Jefferson was on this hot, and the ladies they won't bring you outside. He doesn't want to come. So the other lady had the water in the bucket, and then my first time for somebody to dash water, she threw that whole water at the bed. Dunk. No, one drop did not touch the man. I can still remember that incident. Yeah. So Jefferson, on a serious note, I want to say congratulations to the brother. He did good. I mean, that's the guy is very tenacious. You know, yeah, you got that thing out of the way. Now it's just a few months, and you get your master's. You know, bachelor is the most difficult degree to get because they will take you all around the place. Some of the things you don't need, they will just want you to do it. You know, that liberal education. All right, man. That's a quick announcement too. Before we go to our discussion, this lady will be our guest on the next show. Her name is Paulia Cry. She's a nurse practitioner here in the U.S. She's from SINOE County as well. And so she will be our next guest on the show, next on the 26th, our next show. Yeah, she will be talking about health issue. A lot of time we do a lot of politics here because Christian Bible and they are politicians, you know, so we do a lot of politics. But here she will be coming this time around to talk about HIV and AIDS. She'll be talking about stroke. You'll be talking about diabetes and those different things, you know. Give us some tips how to be healthy. You know, she'll be here with us. All right. So now let's get to what I want us to talk about here with the with Liberia's permanent or non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council, and yeah, they sent an invitation to George Weah and all of that. Why do they need George Weah, Patrick and Tribal? Why they need George Weah and the Lema Bowie and the different people that send a communication? I mean, why do we need them?
Well, I think why they need them, you know, I think the whole thing exposes Liberia's own inability to even navigate on the international stage. Okay, it means that Liberia has not been a sellable product on the international market diplomatically. You know, and the trend has even taken. All right, the trend has even taken since 1961. The last time Liberia was admitted to the Security Council was in 1961. Coming to this far, I think it's more than 60 years now. It's more than 60 years since Liberia lost that position. She wants to get back in 2024. Okay, so why? What the benefits Liberia accrues to be at the Security Council? Why you want former President Weah to do a 1 minute video? Former President Sedi to do a 1 minute video, Lema Bowie 1 minute video, and the former Foreign Minister Olubake King Ageredi doing a 1 minute video. What is the importance? You know, maybe yes, to raise or rally world support. Okay, to raise and rally world support. But I think the message is supposed to go to other countries. Maybe right the Chinese ambassador. The communications went to the wrong persons, because if you want support to be voted, because it's all about voting. It's all about voting, not appointment, right? It's about voting. So the countries that are voting in my mind. So you write China ambassador, say, please do 1 minute video, and then tell your country that they must vote for Liberia. You write the U.S. ambassador, please do 1 minute video but I know America will not vote for Liberia. Yeah, I know America will not vote for Liberia. So you skip America. Then you go to Great Britain, maybe Great Britain may not even vote for Liberia, or go to France. you know. So these countries, you write the ambassadors, do 1 minute video to please rally support to vote for Liberia to be admitted, because I think it's about only 7 countries contending. I think 7 countries contending. Okay, yeah. So among these 7 countries, I think Africa has 1 chance. I think Africa got 1. Yeah, yeah. I think Africa has. Okay, so what is Liberia's chance, or what are Liberia's chances, to even winning the whole stuff? So and worse to that, they politicize it. All right, the police say they wrote President Weah, they wrote President Salih, they wrote Lehman Bowie, and they wrote the former US foreign minister. The media chose the headline. You can't tell the media what to report. The media chose its headline. Front page chose its headline and said, Bwaka wants President Weah's help. The other papers headlines. Then you come back to react to the papers' headlines to see why the papers are giving highlight to President Weah. Why are they singling out President Weah? For getting to know that President Weah bears prominence, all right, currently. For there's an argument from the government side to say President Salih went 2 terms, so because she went 2 terms, she's of greater stature over President Weah. So the politicized the whole thing to the extent that it has blown out of proportion and lost its essence and track. So as a result, I'm not confident at all that Liberia will even win that seat. Yeah, and Liberia should not be fighting for that kind of seat. In fact, what Liberia should be fighting for right now, President Bwaka and others now should be fighting for right now, my brother. How they can mitigate, how the government can mitigate Liberia's current crisis point. Liberia is facing a level 3 crisis point. A pure direct humanitarian crisis Liberia goes through right now. What they can do now is how they can curb or reduce poverty by a minimum percentage small that people can even at least have one better meal a day. People can have better salaries. You should be talking about the what they call the decent way act, that abusive act. All right, it's not because it's not decent. The person should be talking about Zenith all right now to repeat that act or send it back to the executive branch of government. Say no, that thing there, repeal it, please. Take that for that 50 cents per day for workers in this country. Take it from there. Put at least $10 per day for a worker, or maybe $15 per day per a worker. It's on a skilled laborer. $10 or $15 per day for them. But that you are creating wealth. You are creating wealth for the citizens, and they will live better lives. But other than that, my brother, I keep back.
Well said. Let bring Trouble here. Trouble, why you make up this? Before you go in, I got this question though. Do you think it was unprofessional on the part of President Weah to have exposed the letter that was sent to him by the current government? Because I thought that's what brought the whole politicization of the whole thing. George Weah put it outside, and people was, Joseph Baka is backing the president, and all those different things are going on. What do you make of it? Was it unprofessional on the part of the former president to have exposed the communication to the public?
Yeah.
Let's bring Christian in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I thought Patrick would have just concluded his thought before I come in, but thank you for the opportunity. Firstly, do you want me to answer the question before?
Yeah, you answer the question and then you can segue into your thoughts. Yeah.
I don't know whether it was President Weah who published the letter, because the letter traveled from.
Question is that way here, just to say you're very close to the camera. So yeah,
am I okay now?
Yeah, you better. Yeah, there you go.
I'm saying that I cannot join you to speak to the fact that the letter was published by President Weah, because there were no source to that, because the letter traveled from the executive mansion to the end of President Weah. We don't even know the recipient of the letter, whether it was President Weah who received the letter in person, or whether somebody received it before President Weah, or we don't know what came in the letter. We don't know whether it was at the executive mansion. They have somebody there who did it. So I can't tell whether it was President. But if it was President Weah who did it, whether professional or not professional, I don't know why it's professional about politics, because they are political. Since the election, there have been a lot of heated debates between the President Bwaka government and that of the former President Weah and his former government officials. So in this kind of crisis, writing me a letter asking me for international assistance, for me also, I would not keep it. I would not keep it secret. It's not a secret thing. And I will make it known to, because I would not, before I decide to assist in that process, I would like to take it to some discuss it. So when it gets to the public, it's not a bad thing because after all, it's a public document. It's not a private document. So I don't think it was wrong. But to speak to who gave it, who let it out to the public.
A letter that is addressed to a specific person is not public, though.
Come again?
I said a communication that is addressed to a specific person is not public.
On national, not on private matters. Addressed to a specific person on national matter, not on private matter. Because if it was a national matter, they also wrote Leonard Bowie. He also wrote, how you call former President Ellie. So the fact that it was not just an individual matter, that was a national matter, it was not a private matter. So and I don't think for the fact that it was published, I don't think that's the real issue. The real issue is that the guys want to be, they want to be denigrating Weah in the public and working with him in secret. And in politics, everybody will do that. You cannot be needing my assistant in private and be denigrating me in public. Then I will make people know that I have a work that you don't want to recognize.
But Christian, why they need George Weah help in this area to do what?
I don't want to single out the name George Weah. I want to deal with the issue as the government said they did. Because the government said they wrote George Weah, they wrote Leonard Bowie, they wrote former foreign affairs minister, and a lot of other,
right.
We have international. First, from my own point of view, is there a good step taken by the government? I would say yes. It was a good step taken by the government. And why? Why? Because a consolidated effort by the government, by the opposition, and even by those that are considered to be non-position. No one person or one political party or one group of people can do it alone. And so I think it shouldn't be limited to the current issue of wanting to acquire a non-permanent seat at the UN, but it should go other national issues. Because even in the West where you are, now that the Democrat and the Republican are going to the election, but after the election, they have a consolidated government and they start to work for the American people. So if we went to election in 2023 and Ambassador Waka, Liberian said yes to him and became the president, it doesn't mean that he alone can do it all. You sit on the old mat to plan the new one. That's why President Weah was lazy with Madam Salih. She had several visitations at the home of President Salih, seeking her advice on all the issues, asking her for help in all the areas because she was there before he got there. So the fact that President Waka is there now, President Weah was there yesterday. So I don't think asking for a help or asking him for them to work together to get anything achieved for the interest of Liberia, for the interest of the country, I don't see it bad. But few elements, in the government who only concern just politics as the one who are trying to politicize it. Because this is far from politics, they think concerns Liberia. And all of them have international imaging. President Weah was there before, both as a soccer legend, as a peace ambassador, and as a president. Madam Salih has been there with a lot of international accolades, and now President Waka. So whoever brought that thought of idea that we need to involve all these people so all hands could get on deck, I think that person is a genius in Waka government. And I don't think any other person in Waka government should politicize the effort because it is the effort for Liberia. It is the effort for Liberia, not for Unity Party, and not for CDC, and not for Liberty Party or any party. If we can see it that way as a country, on all national issues, so always have that consolidated effort. Everybody coming together, putting a star party issue, and achieve it for Liberia to win. Time for elections, we'll go back to our political camps and wear our political jackets and speak our political language and make our decision. But for now, it's time for governance. And in governance, you don't see party, you don't see tribe, you don't see creed, you don't see, that's how it's supposed to be. So for me, I think the government was on in error. The government, that was a good starting for the government, but the government should stem by what they started. That is to say, we believe the intent to represent Weah was a good intention for the interest of Liberia. So if any media institution, because the media will always look for story, the journalists they will always look for story. So even if they held down, they now sue maybe the reasoning of the government representing President Weah, I don't think they should have come up to have responded in the form and manner that they responded. To have you wrote the mayor is not important to anybody who don't hear. So if the mayor is not important, why wrote it? Why wrote it? Everybody is important. That's why I think that's why you wrote the letter. So if the media, it was not CDC that came out to say, it was not George Weah that came out to say, it was the media. So you cannot choose that. Patrick said you cannot choose the headline. They choose the headline maybe because they want to have, they want to have a sensational headline to so that the people will sell and so forth. So you now, as a professional person in government, who is into governance, you're not going to go after what the media said. You've been teaching your ground that you need all hands on deck to make sure that Liberia get a non-permanent. I think the government was right, but they should have stood by what they started instead of coming back because of media report to start giving a lot of responsibility. Leading the letter on the deal not going anywhere.
All right. Patrick, you wanted to say something before I just wrap up on this one and we call it a day. I think we normally say, we said in the chat room, we are not going to exhaust the whole list today. The talking points, the other one will be deferred to the next program. So yeah, give your final thought on this, and then I will just give my perspective and we'll call it a day.
Yeah. So when Liberian leaders go to the UN, when they go to the UN or they go to attend diplomatic conferences or forums, they should bow in shame. They should bow in shame. They should hide themselves and walk in darkness or walk in isolation. And come back to their country for merrymaking. Because what it makes a man, he goes to his friend's home, he sees the good food there, he eats, he benefits. He sleeps on good beds, he drinks cold water, he sleeps on electricity, he rides good cars. He walks on good streets. Yeah, he has been home. Then he returns to his home, and in darkness. And he got the same opportunity as his friends. He's working, his friend working. His friend get money, he get money. He's president, his friend is president. So Liberian leaders should bow in shame at the UN. In 1945, when Clarence L. Simpson represented Liberia to establish the UN, Liberia was there, right? He represented. At that time, Europe had just come out of war. Europe was ravaged. But look at Europe today. That time, in 1945, China was nowhere. In 1945, Japan had not recovered from the ashes of the dropping of the first atomic bomb, on the city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They have not recovered at that time. In 1945, North Korea and South Korea, they were nowhere. Even Israel was nowhere. Yeah, the Jews are still mourning the death of their loved ones, their sons and daughters. But today, at that time, Liberia was, I think 45, Liberia was 98 years old. I think 45, Liberia was 98 years old. But look at the country today, and look at this, and look at those nations I'm naming. Liberian leaders should bow in shame when they go out there. You shouldn't be shaking hands with people with good leaders, and they can't do anything to change the country situation around, to have a turnaround. Just in 6 years or 12 years, to have a turnaround in this country, a radical reform in this country. They can do it, and they go over there riding first class. And the fact that you don't even have a cat, a cut. A cut for the military. I mean, a cut to even fly the president from here to RIA or put in a private jet. The fact that you don't even have a wheelbarrow, you should buy in shame. That's all I can say. It's shameful for this country. Can't be attending conferences, eating chicken whole day. And the people die in abject poverty. They should be buying shame. Shame on them.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. But my view on this particular subject, I think you hit on some of those issues. Having a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council, it does not take that little child who is now working barefoot to get out of poverty. It doesn't give pain reliever to the others that are suffering from pain right now, So, I mean, having a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council does not make you irrelevant. After all, those big guys, the Russia, the US, the 5 top guys who they call the permanent members, they make the call. So having that just nominal seat, it does not make you irrelevant. It just wastes of time. I think asking people to, I don't know, they were asking the president, the former presidents, as you say, and the Nobel laureate to make videos and those different things. I don't know, to do what, to carry and make it as your campaign tools to the UN, or they call those guys so that they can use their influence to lobby with other countries to vote for them. But what these guys should be lobbying for is to take your people from poverty. I look at the World Bank report, and they said Liberia poverty is reducing in Liberia. Last year it reduced from 63% to 59%. Okay, I want to hear from the Liberian government, or I want to hear the Liberian people themselves and say, you know what, we are doing better since Joseph Barker came to power, or we are doing better since George Weah came to power. That's what I want to hear from the people themselves. But for foreign entity to come, or Liberia is doing well, people are getting out of poverty, and they say because of economic activities. What are the economic activities in Liberia? When you don't have roads, how do people get around? And you say because of economic activities, Liberia is and these guys will be citing these reports. What you call the former finance minister Samuel Toa was very famous for that. He would cite all the international media outlets. Meanwhile, he's the finance minister of the country. But he's citing foreign government or foreign institution what they are saying about his country. You are the finance minister. You're supposed to be the authority for the country. So these guys are supposed to be citing, or they're supposed to sit down. I looked at a video the other day in the capital city. The streets are inundated. They are flooded. Everything is just a mess, and people are fighting to obtain a seat on the U.S. Security Council. When your country itself is not safe, but you want to get a seat on the UN Security Council, what security can you provide when you cannot even provide security for your own country, but you want to be on the Security Council of the United Nations? What do you bring to the table? You can, Patrick, like you rightly said, we can't even produce a coal pot or a wheelbarrow, if I'm not exaggerating. But people are technologically competing for bigger things. And our leaders over there, they're scrambling for having a seat on the UN Security Council when your people are suffering, when healthcare is a mess, when education is a mess, when roads are not in your country, when electricity pathway was just in darkness, the light is intermittent, it's not stable. You don't have manufacturing, factories in the country for people to work. You have those people that are disabled, you call them disabled, whereas you can have institutions for them and put people to work and do different things. But our leaders there, they waste time. Joseph Barker is now going to Canada to make another speech, and then he comes home and the people go there and they call the traditional council to come meet him at the airport and play drums, and the people are suffering. So like, and factor, we have not had a good leader who actually cares for the country. And see what a little boy is doing in Burkina Faso. That young guy, Toure. The man is, Joseph Boakai said, what? Agriculture is number one on my agenda. He has the arrest agenda. Agriculture is number one. But now, look, he cannot carry one tractor to the country. But if you look at that little boy in Burkina Faso, he carry hundreds of tractors to the country for the people to make farms. He building modern dams and roads in his country. But we over there, we're fighting for a seat on the UN Security Council when the people, when the big countries, they are making decisions, you will not even be in the room in the first place. Your voice doesn't count. You say you are the key member that established the United Nations and all of that nonsense, historical crap, but you don't have nothing in your country. Your people are suffering 24/7. My wife and I will drive around every day. I talk about Liberia, and she was like, why are you hurting your head? These guys are not serious. Patrick, all these village towns around here, I got a little city right here. They call Salisbury. They're not even closer to Monrovia. But Patrick, everything that you want, you get it there. You will not get, we're driving is smooth. All the roads are paved. I mean, they got a whole mall over there. You won't go shopping. You don't have to go to any big city to do that. The people provide the opportunities for the people. But we have a tiny state with 5 million people and 177 years, Patrick. And somebody is talking about having seat on the Security Council. That's a lack of vision on the part of Joseph. And somehow always told the people, Joseph Boakai is the wrong man. That man is 80 years old. He did not do it when you were in your 20s and 40s. And you bring your 80-year-old man to rescue you. You are just deceiving yourself. Look at all the liberators across the world. They are not old people. When you all are 80, you are in retirement. In America, that's 6. When you are in 65, you will retire, Patrick. But we got 80-year-old man and the man and the politicians, the guys, greedy guys, they push their man. And Joseph Boakai is not patriotic enough to say, you know what? No, I'm old enough. Let me stay with my children. But they push him. And he almost died during his inauguration. He could not stand the heat, So that's what happens. When you have these crooked politicians that want positions, they will just push anybody that has no plan for the country. And that's why now, if you read every newspaper right now, Joseph Boakai will appoint somebody, he will draw the person today, the next one, he appoint another person, he appoint a family member, the same thing, nepotism and those different things. They're all over the place. His security advisor, Augustine Conan was recently hooked. He was booked. He double dipping. That what he doing on the board of directors for Harvard College. And he is a security advisor. He on different payrolls. These people. So until we have the right person that will focus the country, that will focus on the country strictly, and leave all the international nonsense, Liberia is not going anywhere. He's traveling. When you're traveling around, what are you using? You're using the resources that you're supposed to use to help the people. But you're traveling all over the place. And when you come home, it's, Liberia signed MOU with the other country, $1 million. They signed the other one year, $1 million. And the people condition cannot change. Your condition cannot change. When I heard from Joseph Boakai, he was talking about 1970 ideas. Like, I need machine, so that what they used to do in the 70s when the road get hole somewhere, so they can put machine over there to face the play at the time. We finish. Patrick was supposed to be talking about state-of-the-art highways, roads in the country. We're not talking about patching hole, a country that is 177 years. So, when I hear some of these backward ideas, people don't have vision for the country. You don't have vision. You won't be facing pothole in the 21st century. You're looking for a machine. When you see highways in the play, Patrick. So that's what we are, man. That's what until we have the right people, until Patrick will step up to the plate. Because Patrick still got young blood, he got fresh ideas. When Dr. Yopo can come out to the plate, when Christian trouble. But again, it's not about being young necessarily, but you have to have a vision. You have to have this dream for your country that you want to bring to fruition, you know. But if you just say, oh, because young, because you have young people in power right now. Akara's Gray was a disgrace, you know. He was a young man and all these different ideas. But to get married, you couldn't get married in your own country. You got to go flat. You got to go to Paris and do different things. So the country is in a mess. We are focusing on things that are not important, you know, that are not affecting the life of the everyday man. All right? We don't focus on anything UN, and you want to be on UN Security Council when you can't provide security for your own people. All right, man. Patrick, that's how we're doing it for the day. If you have closing talk, let wrap it up and call it a day.
Thank you, thank you, Esoteric. I mean, we had a wonderful we got a wonderful show today, and it's always a pleasure being on the platform. We will endeavor to make it bigger every day, to bring people on as we can get them, talk about the issues with our fair favor. Well, you say Patrick criticizes me, and on the platform, and so. I mean, I don't like it anymore. Well, fine, but we have to talk Liberia. We have to talk, you know, as patriots, and not just always, you know, as stooges. Yeah, I know. So, thank you. I'm always happy being here. Liberia should buy its shame again, and Liberia needs to be elevated from the current condition. It's not good at all. It is not good. Fewer people enjoy, and more people suffer and died in poverty, hunger, and disease. This is shameful in the 21st century. So, see you next Thursday. Esoteric will be back here to talk Liberia.
All right, thank you. Yeah, don't you have to be here. Paulia will be here with us, our guests. Yeah, she used to be a co-host back in the day, you know, but she was working on her a big degree, you know, so she kind of wanted a long sabbatical. But she will be here to give us, you know, some education, health education on some of us that want to be healthy. You know, she has the huge, vast knowledge on healthcare and how to take care of yourself and different things. She's a healthcare professional. So Paulia will be here on the 26th of this month. Our next show, next Thursday, be here. She will be our special guest. All right, guys, we want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Let me see the people that are following. Let me recognize you before I leave you. So we have Vera Johnson. Patrick, you are loved a million. Okay, thank you. Okay, Vera, thanks for joining us. My wife is following. Bolu, thanks for following, honey. Our President USA, Francis Clapp Myers, thanks for joining us today. We want to appreciate you a whole lot. Thanks for your contribution. Hotel Colo, board member of USAA, thanks for joining us. Newman. Yanti, thanks for joining us. I see here that's Humberto. All right. Hopefully I call her name right. Thanks for joining us. We have here Jerry Masseque. Thanks for joining us. Cynthia Bodeware Jabba. Thanks for joining us. And all of you that are following. I'm seeing other people, but I'm not seeing your name. I think you're following from other platforms. But I want to say thank you so much for joining Voice of SINOE. We'll be here again with another beautiful show next Thursday. Don't go, don't stay away from your phone on next Thursday. Our brilliant guest, a wonderful guest, will be here to provide education for us. That's I want to say thanks for watching. You know, the rescue mission. It turned to some kind of mission. I don't know what kind of mission it turned to. So we want to close with that and enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Our people say the deal I can get you will stop on your toes. When the season will be good, now on the eve, will know. Kakobima, Kakoma Kudabo. saying sorry, oh. My baby, we made mistake. Love, love. For the country, tell her why. They made a feeling for the oil, I sell it here, you're not believing. But now,